Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got this awesome comment from Prime Crime, who has actually commented in the past. I have made him a video in the past, and I appreciate this comment again. Thank you, Prime Crime. And he actually suggested to check out Tulum, Mexico, and I thought, why not? Well, this is actually the second time we go to Mexico. I made another video where we went to the Sea of Cortez, to the city about 2 hours south of Arizona over there in the West Coast. But now we're gonna go to the Caribbean. Now, I have been to Tulum, and I gotta tell you, Tulum is really, really nice. Some of you guys might be like, where is Tulum? Well, here it is. Let's check that out. If you zoom out, here's the United States, here is Mexico, here's the Gulf of Mexico, and it is in this corner right here. Now, I gotta warn you, this gets hit by hurricanes all the time, okay? So just remember that. If you are going to be buying in Tulum, I guess I would say probably the best thing would be to, in my opinion, maybe buy a building with an HOA or something, just in case when those, hurricanes come rolling through, basically things get, they could fix it for you and stuff like that, right? So there's a lot of things to do here. If you drive over to like all these, there's a bunch of like theme parks, there's beautiful beaches, there's archaeological sites, there's a ton of tourism, there's just a lot of boating, there's fishing. Things are not that cheap in general. But look, you get to see all these archaeological sites. It's really, really nice. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's not that cheap. Because remember, a lot of these people make their money from tourism. So you're going to be basically competing with tourists. Obviously, when you go to the store, things are going to be a little bit cheaper. But when you go to those, nice restaurants, it's going to be like tourist prices, right? So anyways, I've been to Tulum. I don't know what it would be like to live here, but let's check out what kind of properties we could find. So one of the good things is that it's actually, I was checking out some of these prices and they're not that bad. Look at this one, $180,000 for 1,200 square foot. So, it's a one bedroom. So this would be sort of big, but let's check it out. Okay, one bedroom. Look how insane that is. So I take it that you get one of these little things. This is, oh my God, this is awesome. How much did I say this was? 180 or something? Wow, this is so cool, right? Look how pretty, and you get your little pool. Very, very interesting. Again, I would have to move here at least for a few months and see if I want to actually live here. But look at that, $180,000, and I wonder what the HOA is. Let's see, HOA. I know there's going to be an HOA in there, but I guarantee you it's probably not going to be as much as HOAs here in the United States. But again, this is something that you would need to talk to your realtor about. Now, look, if you are thinking of buying, right? In another country, you guys have to get a lawyer. Don't mess around. You gotta know what the laws are, and you gotta protect yourself. And remember, at the end of the day, you need to figure out how to stay there, right? You need the right paperwork. So look at this house. Hold on. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Look how awesome this. So this house is about like $380,000 or something. Look how awesome that looks. The architecture is just insane, right? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, how awesome. Very private. It's got a condo feel to it, but which is not that bad. It doesn't bother me. It would be nice to get to know the neighbors too. It actually does feel very, very private, which is, it's nice, but at the same time, it seems like once people go home, they stay in their home kind of thing. You just gotta make sure that you like the neighborhood. But man, look how amazing this house looks. The craftsmanship is just insane. I would be like, if I was gonna buy this, I would be like, hey, I want all this furniture to come with it, because They designed it in such a really, really nice way. This is beautiful. So how much was this again? This was $380,000 for 2,000 square foot. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Wow, that is just insanely awesome. What a beautiful house. That's probably one of the nicest houses I've probably seen, like the inside I've probably ever seen or seen in a long, long time. That's insane. Look at this, $161,000. Let's see what you get. You get to live in this really cool, isn't that awesome? Like how the properties look here. I gotta tell you, when I went to Tulum, that was one of the things that really stood out, was how the hotels look. The hotels are just so nice. Look at this, insane. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, just by looking at this, I could tell you that HOA here is gonna be pretty expensive. Now, what is this? This is, I don't look, it's a veteran-owned business. This is pretty cool. So I don't really know. This looks like it's an apartment. Again, you know what? This is, you go there, you get a realtor, you walk around, and you figure it all out. Look at this. Let's see what $500,000 gets you. This is $530,000. Okay, so you get 2,300 square foot. I believe you get this whole thing, but this is huge. This looks a lot bigger than 2,300 square foot. So this looks like it's an apartment. Maybe you get one section here. This might not be built yet. This could be all computer generated. Sometimes it's really hard to tell because, you know, the technology is just so amazing. So I want to actually focus on properties that actually exist. You could tell some of these, you know, are just fake, right? Fake. There's a lot of, you know, and here's another thing. I would be very scared to put money on a construction that doesn't exist, because, you know, what happens if that company sort of goes belly up? Like here, it looks like I'm just seeing a lot of computer generated, because here's the deal. This is the way the beach looks, right? A lot of it people have bought the land, but they haven't necessarily built on it. Like this is not real, right? So now I'm actually starting to think that, you know, I personally would not, I mean, I love the prices, but I would not feel comfortable buying something that it hasn't been made yet. Like there's just a lot of 3D animation here. So that's just not cool in my book. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't spend the money. Okay guys, so check this out. I'm kind of left a realtor, that last website, because it was all 3D generated and I was just not in the mood. I actually want to look at real houses. Now look at this. This one is for $760,000. You basically get to live in an amazing looking house. Again, this is $770,000, but look how nice that looks. Now this is actually real. This exists. This is something that you could buy right now, right? And you know what? That's the problem. Like when you when you start researching other countries, you know, it's not the same. And this is a good lesson, right? When you're coming in, you're gonna find things that you're not used to, and you sort of just have to roll with it. Look at this, 715,000. This looks really, really nice. Now this one is a little bit more affordable, 480,000. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're gonna come out here and try to buy something, you can't necessarily, it's very hard to get financing, right? That's big problem here. Look, you get to basically live in like a hotel starting at 300,000. I guarantee you HOA on something like this would be very expensive. But anyways, getting back to the financing thing, is that you're gonna have to, you probably have to make a business and, you know, create a business out there and buy the property through the business. It's very, very hard to get financing. Look, no bank in the United States is going to give you money to buy a property in Mexico, like zero chance, right? And no bank in Mexico is necessarily going to lend an American money that they can't necessarily verify their employment and how much they make and all that kind of stuff, right? So basically, you know, if you're trying to get financing going down to Mexico, it's going to cost you, you know, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg on the rates. Now, their rates over there are probably going to be a lot higher than the rates over here. So it's going to get expensive. You think about getting a lawyer possibly to help you get through the whole, make sure everything's being done right. It's not gonna be cheap. So when you think of a property for $480,000, I mean, that is a huge commitment to be able to, either have $480,000 cash, or have to use their banks and their financing with super high interest rates, and you probably have to put a lot down. I mean, it really does get complicated. And then another thing is you got to get the paperwork so you can stay there, for longer than what the vacation allows you to, the tourist visa allows you to. You want to be able to come here, and if you want to stay here for 6 months, you want to have that liberty to do so. You don't want to basically overextend your visa. And if you are buying property in Mexico, I would say you should really try to get residency so you could stay there for as long as you want, right? And then it's not going to be, it's could be difficult. Not going to lie, but if you love it here and you want to live here, then hey, do it. I think you could save some money. Definitely, you're not going to be saving any money on some of these properties. But you know what? There's some affordable places. Just make sure you go down there. Make sure you walk around. Make sure you actually get a realtor and you tour real properties. I gotta tell you, I would stay away from constructions because they could go bankrupt and now your money is literally gone, right? Your down payment. Okay, guys, I found this other Tulum real estate website. Again, I just Googled Tulum real estate and a bunch of different companies pop up, and you basically start clicking around. It's not like just going to Zillow. It's not as easy. But then I came across this insane property for, how much did I say? It was $280,000. And look how nice it is. So there's definitely a very interesting type of lifestyle here. The beaches are close. Remember, it's not just buying a house, but you got to buy a vehicle. You got to figure out transportation. And now you got to figure out, how to get a driver's license. I mean, there's just a lot going on, because if you just go here and take a taxi and stuff like that, it could possibly get very expensive. Again, my one suggestion is, if you're serious about moving to Tulum and moving and living in Mexico, is go here for an extended, stay, rent the place and see how it works, how everything works. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video. If you want me to make a video on a specific city, a specific county, specific state, please go ahead, comment down below. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.